So hey YouTube, back for another edition of Freedom Steel. We gave you the intro before, and we talked about 60 different projects that we're going to be doing out of the Royal Sportsman's Club, and we're going to be kicking it off with the big dirt work this year. So I thought I'd walk you through some of the stuff that we're going to be looking at as we do projects here. So using a buddy of mine, Eric Callis's little studio here, so bear with me on this stuff. So here is the master site plan for the club. And as you can look at it, we've got all kinds of stuff on here. And that's the north half of the club. Here's the south half of the club. So I'm going to walk you through some of this. We'll start up here on the north half. So right here where my little pointer is, right here. This is where you come in the gate. You've got the 600-yard range right here. We're going to put a cover up on the 600. We're going to put a Connex stack over here. So we're going to have some elevated shooting platforms. We've got the 200 right here. On the 200, we're going to have a new range road going there, so you'll be able to drive down there. We've got covers going on a couple more of the ranges here. Here we've got a new range building going in. And I want you to look at this new range building because that range building is going to have a lot of impacts on some other things that we're going to do for grade work. As you go farther north, up on the west side of the ranges, you'll see we've got W16, 15, 14. 3 new ranges that are going in on the west side. These ranges are going to be just about 50 yards deep. They're going to have earthen berms on all 3 sides. So if you want to get out there and practice 3-gun or tactical movements or, moving 180, you're going to be able to shoot into the side berms and not worry about where some of the other bays over here at the 25-yard base have concrete walls. The kind of speckled gray here is the existing parking lot, range road. You're going to see that we're going to put in a whole new parking lot over here. Along with that, we're going to have a transition road that's going to come around over here. To the east side, we'll have another nice big parking lot here. What you'll notice is that we've got, there we go, making everybody seasick going back and forth here. We've got 9 new ranges. So E15 through E18 are all just about 50-yard bays. You have the center berm here. You've got E11 through E14. So there's 8 ranges right there, approximately 50 yards deep. Depending on how we shoehorn everything in, it might be a tad small, but then you've got E10 over here. So what's going to happen with E10 is that these are 50 by 50. So 50, 100, 150, 200. So we're 200 yards deep. So if we are not using these ranges, we will have a 200-yard deep range back here on the east side. That's going in here. See this big berm right here, just at the the east end of that? All that berm's got to go. We'll have a road that comes down through here, ties into the east side. You'll see some more ranges down over here. This area right here is going to be the tactical, that's the vehicle bay. That will be the tactical vehicle bay. Tactical range here, fancy name for a shoot house. Over here we got the bullseye range. We will have a true 50-yard dedicated bullseye range. The new parking lot for action shooting sports. We've got the Connexes here. We're going to add a couple more for more storage. We're going to have a range building with a classroom back over here. We're going to add some more parking over here on the east side bays, E1 through 5. There's an opportunity for a pavilion. Let's scroll back up over to over here. We'll take you over to shotgun. So over here, we've got the shotgun. This is 5 stand, SS1 shotgun sports 1. That's the 5 stand. 5 stand is going to get reoriented to the north. All this berm you see over here, over on the action side, is going to get moved into a berm right up here. We're going to have a berm up here that's going to prevent any shot fall from coming over here. We move farther off, so you've got 5 stand, skeet 1, skeet 2. You got our 3 trap fields. Then you've got the wobble stand, then you got the teal station here. Well, we're going to continue over, and we're going to add in 3 more trap fields and a second 5 stand. We're also going to have this ditch that runs through here. See all these tight lines right up here? That ditch, we're going to have to reroute and move in out towards here, bringing out the edge of the property. We're going to have another parking lot for shotgun, and then here's the shotgun range building. You guys might have already seen the materials being dropped off for shotgun range building. New parking lot for archery, possibility of a some sort of indoor range or something for the archery building. We put some of these buildings on the plan because if we didn't put square footage on, we'd have to go back and redo all this later on. So we threw in everything that we wanted, the kitchen sink and all, so we'd have it there. So you come over here, there's plans for a future maintenance building. I don't think that's happening in the next 3 to 5 years. We've got some piers going in on the pond. We got some extra duck blinds that we want to put in, new signage. There's always been talk of a guard shack or something like that for events. Over here, on the back end of the 600, let's see if I can get back over here. We'll center this. So there's going to be a whole new target line that's going to go in. A dedicated target line. Along with that, we're going to have a storage shack. We've got a 40-foot Connex going back there because we're going to go to electronic targets, and we'll be able to store them there and keep all that stuff down there. Got a few other surprises for the 600 as well. Moving south, let's get over here to the edge. So the old plans had the clubhouse up over here in this area. This moves the clubhouse to the south side, parking lot's all down here. Along with that, we still have plans for a campground. As you can see here, center it up a little bit. There's plans for a campground and all that. We're going to allow for RVs and stuff. That's probably 5 years-ish down the road. Next season, one of the big things that you're going to see, as you see this dark gray path going around sporting clays. Wow, that's about a mile-long path. You guys all know sometimes you have to deal with the mud and everything. Well, next year, or this year I should say, 2021, this is going to go into a gravel path. So that's going to be one of the projects you see us take on with the 8 and the scrapers and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a quick sketch of these projects. And understand that when I talk about 60 projects, the Bullseye Range is one giant project, but between the cover, between getting the target lines in, those are all individual projects. Each of the covers that we've got listed here, that's a project. Adding a Connex for storage on the 600, it's a project. The target line's a project. We've got a bunch of improvements going on. One more thing on the 600, F-Class has asked for a 500-yard berm. You'll notice that last fall We did a bunch of grading work and everything over here on the 600-yard firing line. Stoned it in, made it a lot nicer. That parking lot over on the 600 is going to continue almost all the way to the berm. So we're going to like dramatically increase the parking area over on the 600, so major matches are not going to be a problem. So this is a quick overview of what's going to be taking place at the club in the next couple of years. But the lion's share of the work is going to be all this stuff up in here is going on for 2021, this year. That's what we're going to be tackling. We're going to be tackling these 3 ranges first, this parking lot, the road and transition over, these 9 new ranges right here, this parking lot, and that's dirt work. That doesn't count that March we anticipate breaking ground and actually raising the range building on the west side here. And then we're going after the shotgun building, and after that we're going after the action building, as well as a cover on the new bullseye range and a cover on the north half of the 600. All that stuff is going to be going on, and I would wager to say that we're going to be well underway by the 4th of July with all that, and we might have them all completed October 1. So lots of stuff going on here. And I'm going to break some of this down into some other videos to actually break down these individual projects and talk to you about some of the things. I told you, we're going to walk you through all the plans. We're going to walk you through everything so that you get to see all the planning. What you're looking at here on this master plan has been a 3-year project for the board of directors and all the guys involved. And we put a lot of thought, a lot of time into this. And so as well as us explaining it to you here, now you know what you're going to be seeing, so you'll have a reference point when we go. One of the things I want to show you, just to give you an idea, so we go over here to Google. I've kind of outlined the work areas, not counting 5 stand, but if you look at this, just the rough area I've got, because here's, well, didn't mean to do that. This is the main berm. You're looking at almost 850,000 square feet of ground that we're going to be working on. And when you do the math on that, black dirt alone, that translates, if you use an average of maybe a foot of black dirt, being that it's good farm soil, you're looking at about 35 to 40,000 cubic yards of black dirt. Black dirt alone. We'll talk about some of the other numbers, but I've got some of this stuff figured out. We're going to be moving 250,000 yards of dirt overall. It's going to be a good project. Obviously, this Google Earth shot is a little dated. It doesn't have some of the other improvements that we've made out at the club, but that's what we're going to be breaking down. So if you want an objective lesson in mass dirt work, you come to the right place. We're going to be talking about a lot of this over the next several videos. We're going to break them down, several of the projects. So with that, have a nice night.